Sign up today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
For the terrific or Thirsty Thursday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show, I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that, well, is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We're going to go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, but much, much more important than that, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in, 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, well, we've got you covered there, too. You can always let those fingers do the walking. Go ahead, send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. And in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, we got a mixed bag out here. You got the semiconductors and the transports. They're trading to the upside. Spot volatility up by 2 pennies. The other indices are trading lower. The Dow's off 80 points, the S&P 16, the NASDAQ 64, the Russell 10 points. And all of this is normal and natural as prices get to resistance. We can go take a look at charts. If I can pull them up, the Russell's at resistance. The NDX 100 was at a resistance level. Just normal type resistance out here. So we've got to figure out. So it's kind of like picture yourself working out. I don't know. Maybe you're doing curls. Maybe you're doing chin-ups. Maybe you're doing push-ups. Whatever it is, whatever that number it is that you get to. You know, as you get there, your mind starts saying, can I do 5 more? Can I do 1 more? Can I do 2 more? What have you? So it's just a natural progression to know where that level is. It's like losing weight. You get down to a certain level, all right, you start moving up a bit, back a bit. It takes a while to usually crack through. So we're up at resistance. Don't think that just because the numbers are red, or some of these numbers are red, that means it's over. Sayonara, adios, see you later, baby. That's just not the way that it works out here. So let's begin by taking a look at the NDX 100. No, we'll do it a couple different ways out here. First, let me put the NDX 100 chart up on our screen. We'll see that it hit its exact high out here. Exact high in a tad. Let's put a line across it. Not sure what color line is going to, but this is the high, or it used to be the all-time high from February 19th out there. It says Perigee. Don't worry about the fact that it says Perigee. 97.3657. This morning we got up to a high of 97.41. We're back below it. This is a key reversal session inside the NASDAQ 100, at least at this stage of the game. It's a key reversal session as long as price closes 1 tick below where it opened. Well, where did it open, Steve-O? It opened at 96.7217. So as long as price closed at 96.7216, one penny or below, then you would have a key reversal session, which is a topping signal. Granted, does that mean that it's topped? Well, here's where what you and I do is we try to understand where is support and resistance. So look, this is normal. This is natural. Here, take another example. Let's take a look at the Russell 2000. So understanding that all these indices are up at resistance, and there are strong resistance areas out here. Take a look at the Russell 2000 equity future contract. It has both a Gartley sell and a Gartley buy pattern. If you can tell me which one of these two is the winner chicken dinner, well, then you're really good, because I can't tell you right now which of these two. Is it the Gartley buy pattern which has got a bottom at 1174.90, or is it the Gartley sell pattern at 1453.10? I don't know. I really don't know. But here's what we do know. As long as price remains Stevie's green line, okay, which that's priced on the Russell 2000 at 1403, market conditions are bullish. Period. End of story. Sayonara. It just is that way. It is that way if you use the tools that I use out here. So price would first have to, in the case of the Russell 2000, have to close below 1403.50 in order to get our skirts in a tizzy out here. Now, back to the NASDAQ. We're going to switch from the NASDAQ over to the NQ out here because this is a beauty, because this is very helpful. Well, it could be very helpful. What do you mean, Steve? I'll get to it already. Well, if we take a look at panel number 2, that's the NQ out here, you're going to see that it's attempting to form a new daily profile. Now, that's a beautiful thing. The other profiles out there, they were formed earlier this week or last week. The Russell has a new profile, but price is above the top of that box. That's 1421.98. The Dow, it's 25,622. The ES Mini, it's 28.90. So our focus here is on the NQ, which has not, by the way, the NQ has not tagged its all-time high. But that's neither here nor there. That's right here on our charts that we're looking at out there. Does that matter? No, it doesn't. What matters, now I don't know if this profile is going to take hold or not. What I do know is as of 1:12 in the afternoon, it's solid, and it is trying to attempt to form this profile. And so we're going to go with it, because right now, this is like stealing signs, literally. You and I, we're the only ones that actually have this because of this cool advanced tool out here. And so we know the resistance on a daily basis, 96.85. We know that support is 93.43. And that really is the number. It is support. You see, support must fail. There must be a close below support. And I say there must be a close below support levels of at least 2 bars. 2 bars. 2 bars. You see 4 bars, then you know that support was has failed. Now, so let's stay with the NQ out here, because I can just tell, I can just feel it. Everybody's just talking about it as if it's over. I will tell you that the fat lady doesn't sing until you see a close below the bottom of the profile. Don't believe me. Don't trust me. Just see it for your own eyes. Well, here's your own eyes. Here's the same NQ chart. Now, I've got my synthetic version of the symbol out here, and that's that way I can get all of the historical data and all of the appropriate profiles that were in existence during the time period that the active contract was in place out here. And what you'll notice, for example, just come back here into August of 2019. Notice how price held the bottom of each of these profiles. You're following me all the way up here. If you look at price held, every time price started pulling back, I guarantee you there were people jumping on the train saying, time to just short the mother out of the NQ out there. But how did that work out? It didn't work out very well if you didn't know where support was. Look, here you even have a one-day break. This is on January 27th, close below the bottom of the box. What happens the next day? Back above it. Here we go. We get a close below it on January 31st, back above it on February 3rd out there. But now let's take a look at back here. February 21st, to close below. The next day, you're still below it. See that change in trend? Guess what number the NQ, I'm not saying it's not a trade, but folks, support in the NQ is 93.43.50. That is where price must close below for 2 bars in a row, unless this profile doesn't form, which we'll know tomorrow. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Let's get to some of our requests. We've got quite a few that have come in here. The first one from Yvonne, who's looking for an entry point into ticker symbol NIO. That happens to be the name of the company as well. Neo Inc. out here. Trade out at 588. This thing has been a bit of a rocket ship since March. It was down at about the $2 level. It's now at 589. Price daily, price above the weekly, and there is no monthly profile out here. So that looks pretty good. But your entry point, well, don't chase it. Do not chase this equity. Do not chase it now based upon the daily time frame, which is going to be in bar number 8 of a TD 9-count pattern. Now, maybe that is giving an indication, Yvonne, that we're going to see a pullback here that could begin today, could be tomorrow, could be Monday. The TD 9-count pattern, it could be bars 8, 9, or 10 out here. And as far as where price might be able to pull back to right now, that level would be 453. That's Stevie's green line on the daily. That's still above the daily profile out there. So the number to be using right now is 453. But Yvonne, we have to first start to see this thing begin to pull back out here before I could really give you an entry price. But if you're considering, because this thing has been flying, taking the trade now, my response would be I wouldn't do that. Not in bar 8 of a TD 9 count, which, as we know, can be a high. Now, that's on the daily. Let's switch over here real quickly. Take a look at the weekly time frame for you, get a feel for what this might be doing here. This is going to be bar number 8 on the weekly time frame as well. So it just suggests caution at this stage of the game, and so I've given you a area to look at on a retracement. But should this retrace, why don't you hit me up again, and let's go take a look at the chart patterns and what my indicator levels are at that stage of the game. Dennis G writes in, he wants to take a look at OLED. That's Universal Display out here. And Dennis says, can you look at it? Is there a TD9 count in play on the weekly? if a bearish reversal candle forms next week. Well, let's go take a look at OLED. By the way, this is trading above the top of its daily. That's 154.25, so bullish there. Trading above, well, it looks like that would then signal that this wants to trade up, Dennis, to the resistance level of its weekly, which is 170.73 out there. So that's what we're seeing. But specifically your question about the TD9 count pattern. Here is the daily time frame out here. This formed a TD9 count bottom. This is back on March the 19th, and prices run right up into resistance. That was formed by that TD9 count. So 158.86. You can see how price hit that today. It's rejected it. Doesn't mean it's a sell. Just means, again, resistance, resistance, resistance out here. There is no TD9 count on the daily time frame, so it's not giving me any kind of a topping signal other than just say it's at resistance. Your specific question was, though, on the weekly. And if I take a look at the weekly time frame, no, this is going to be bar number 3 of the TD9 count. This did form a TD9 count bottom on the weekly, so we had one on the weekly. We had one on the daily out there. And specifically to answer your question, no, there is no TD9 count on the weekly bar out there. I hope that helps you out. Let's go out to Brent in Martinez, California. Brent, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing today?
Doing quite well, Steve. How about yourself?
Doing well, although we have been going through a series of rain storms out here. I mean, torrential rain, which is good because, we were going through a bit of a drought and they had turned off all of our sprinkler systems. And, so I had to go out there and kind of water the lawn, so to speak. And now we've got God doing that job for us. But too much rain. I like sunshine. I don't like rain. Anyway, enough about that. You didn't really want to know about the rain in Florida. You want to know about U.S. Steel and where it might be headed to. What did you want to know about U.S. Steel?
I just wanted to kind of clarify when I sent you that email the other day. I just kind of visually had done a count for the TD9 count, and when I went back and actually looked at the numbers, there was one, I think it would have been on maybe bar 5 or 6, that did have wasn't higher than the previous 4 or the 4 bar earlier. So it negated that, kind of started it over. So I'm thinking now, if you look at it, I guess maybe it's more in like 2 or 3 or something now. So.
Really would be bar number 2. Yeah, you're exactly right.
Yeah,
today, based upon where it might close, would be bar number 2. Exactly. So you've got that right. And this would signal to us that price would be targeting the 1107 area. That's its next breakdown resistance. Once you get above 1, typically you'll seek out the next. Now it's over time. We're at 9:05 today, but the daily time frame chart is pointing to that being the target. We did say that price was trading above the top of the profile, so it's above those resistance areas. The concern that we should have at this stage of the game is that this is going to be bar number 9 of a TD9 count on the weekly time frame. So you just have to be. So we have kind of differing messages here. The weekly is saying, hey, there could be a top this week or next week, of course, or not at all. TD9 count is not necessarily going to call, is not. Let me just not say not necessarily. Let me just make this statement here. It doesn't work all the time. But when it's there, you must be focused and present because it's communicating something, potentially communicating something to us, such as a sideways move, a hiccup, or just simply a top. So it would be the weekly that I would be focused on. And then as I switch back to the monthly, I believe it's that on the, you know what I don't have out here? Give me a second here to just put the indicator out here, the oscillator and change line. Let me just put this one out here. It won't be the one that changes colors for me. But I think that U.S. Steel is hitting, so this is a slight positive. This is a good positive, not even a slight positive. The monthly OUL is about, I wish I could actually see it. So the way that to see it, I've got to put up my little data box. So put up my little data box. We'll come over. And right now, so what you'd like to see, now, of course, this is a monthly level, and it's just the beginning of June. But this is saying anytime price is staying above $6.38 out there, no, 638, 877. My apology. 877 is the number. As long as, and we're at 905, that's a positive. That's a positive development on the monthly time frame chart because it's just this solid red line here that I want you to follow along, or everybody to follow along, and see how. And again, it's a monthly base, so we don't know how the end of the month is going to turn out here, Brent. But if price can close above that, that's a signal of a change in trend to us. So to summarize, that weekly. The weekly is what you've got to be concerned with right now.
No, that's very helpful. That gives me something to be watching, and yeah, that would be fairly significant. It looks like on the monthly, it hasn't been above that line for quite some time. So
exactly,
if it can stay above there, that would be good.
Yeah. So let's say that it's the TD 9-count pattern on the weekly works, but it's not this week. It's bar number 10, in essence, that identifies the high. Then what this is communicating to you and I, so it just says be careful. The daily looks pretty good, and this is suggesting that we should see price mosey on up into that 988-ish area, and that's the top of the weekly profile. Maybe that's where we see some kind of short-term top and then some kind of retracement and pullback.
Okay, very good, Steve. I really appreciate it. Just have a great day. Enjoy your weekend, and try to stay dry out there, I guess.
Yeah, I'll enjoy it if it doesn't rain. But thanks so much. You do the same, Brent. You bet.
All right, take care. Take care, Steve.
Good to talk to you. Let's go to our next request out here. This next request coming in was we did that one, OLED. This is from Dennis G. And Dennis wants to take a look at his ticker symbol is PTGX out here. I love this show because, man, we get to take a look at all different kinds of instruments. I don't know if I've ever looked at PTGX or what it is. It's Protagonist Therapeutics out here. And it's trading out at 1539. It's got a bearish structured daily profile. You can see that. You can see how beautiful knowing where support and resistance is. We'll be right back.
Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as,
whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us, and Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab. Wow!
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We're looking looking at Protagonist Therapeutics out here, trading out at 1539, found support at the center of its bearish structured profile. So we can see this is trading in between the center at 1539 and 1733, the top of the box out there. Now, that's really important because if we do see a decent close, Dennis, below 1539, the signal there is that price could go all the way down to the bottom. This is a very wide profile, $8.58 out there. I mean, this is a wide profile. But you're asking what are my thoughts? It's really what are the charts thoughts on this? So let's go take a look at our other charts out here. We can see this has a Rhodes momentum indicator top, a nice little shooting star pattern on May the 29th. Price is below Stevie's green line. So in essence, it's really done for you. Right now, the key that it's trying to hold on to, and it has been that 1539 area. Would I take a trade on this if you're looking to go long? No, I wouldn't. Would I short a $15 stock? Not with anybody's money would I short a $15 stock. My goodness, it has to go out of business to make $15. Not worth it. So if you're trying to get into this, I would be patient and wait. Again, if you can get a close below 1539, not 1538, say something below, where I got an idea, a close below May 20th candle, 1496, then that's going to suggest that this is going to pull back possibly to that 858 area, but we'd see what other patterns are going on at that time out here. If I look at the weekly time frame chart to see if there's a message here, on the weekly basis, this is going to be bar number 8 on the weekly, but it's not the highest high. So that's not giving us a signal of a top just yet out here. But we've got the top on the daily. And so, Dennis, I would that's what the signals are. Would I exit if I was long? No, but I would tighten my stop, that's for sure. Average true range on a daily basis is $1.27. So, Dennis, I hope that helps you out. Let's go to our next question. This one coming in from Bill. Bill says, please analyze Riot. Really, of all the ticker symbols, you've got to ask me to take a look at Riot out there right now, specifically today. But I'll do that, of course, because you asked. So if we take a look at Riot, that is Riot blockchain out here. I'm not a big fan of the riots, probably nor are you, but I lived through the 68 riots in Detroit out there, and I've got some real personal stuff, so to speak, experience out there with regard to the devastation of what it does to everybody else, the people who have been vandalized out there. But in the case of Riot out here, trading right now into the top of its daily profile. So the resistance level out here, Bill, is 263. It's trading at 263. How's that work? I don't know. A close above 263 would be pretty nice for you. But price has been moving higher, doing less relative energy out there. No bearish reversal candle. This is the daily time frame out here. Let me pull this over. So no bearish reversal candle. And price has found support at Stevie's green line. Remember that green line? It is muy importante. I spent time developing this to really understand when is just a retracement during the day. Where is that level of support that at minimum it has to break to suggest something else is going on out here? And we just don't have that. So you're trading between support and resistance on the daily time frame. On the weekly time frame, let's see what Riot is signaling to us. Well, trading right up into resistance. It's breakdown resistance level. The first level was 204, got above that. The second level is 290, and guess what? This week is going to be bar number 9 coming into 290. It's breakdown resistance level, and this says be patient. Be patient. You want my analysis? You're looking for a buy. This says you ain't buying it now. No way, not with the weekly. Moving right up into resistance, forming bar number 9 of a TD9 count. This says it should identify some kind of top this week or next week out here. And so I would just be patient out here. Now be patient. And where are things going to pull back to? First, we need to see that turn. And then we can go back and assess the chart to see what kind of pattern is forming out here. The bottom of the daily profile, I'll give you that. That'd be 177. So that could be your entry point into Riot, R-I-O-T out there. But just I got to tell you, Bill, just the karma. The karma. I asked these guys to change their ticker symbol and change the name of the company. It's really not, doesn't make any sense. Not that easy to do. So we've got Duncan Steve. Duncan Steve wants to go take a look. Is that you, Duncan? Yeah. So Duncan Steve wants to take a look at JetBlue out there. I do like flying JetBlue. Of all the airlines these days out there, they're not too, especially if you've got a short duration direct flight out there. Not too shabby. Just consolidating sideways when we take a look at the daily time frame. Trading at 1279. It's above its daily profile. So on a daily basis, that looks good. On the weekly basis, it's trying to get up into 1557. That would be the top of its weekly profile out there. Again, trading at 1278. Your question is, JetBlue seems to be taking off today. Can you plug it into your system and see what might be the next level for it? So that next level right now that we're going to go with is 1557. But let's pull over the other chart out here. Let's put in JetBlue. That's JBLU for those of you following along at home. And I don't see any kind of a topping pattern out here. You're in bar 2 on the daily basis of a TD9 count. We said that was already above the top of the box. This is a suggestion to move up to 1611. That's a TD9 count to break down a level out there. So that's what it's signaling to us on the daily time frame. On the weekly time frame out here, Duncan Steve, you're going to be in bar number 3. So everything looks fairly good for JetBlue. Up, and as you said, away. Let's go to our next question out here. The next question coming in from Phil. And Phil says work, the ticker symbol WORK out there, and that stands for Slack Technologies, is coming out with earnings tonight. What are what key levels we should have in mind? So on the daily basis, price is well above resistance. That's at 32.15, so we'd have to call that support. Above the resistance on the weekly, that would be 29.40. Hasn't been trading long enough, Phil, to generate any kind of a monthly profile. So for Slack out there, ticker symbol again is WORK. We've got to pull over Stevie's other tools, see if we can find anything. TD9 counts, breakout levels, breakdown levels. Well, on the that's the weekly. On the weekly, it's above 35.21. That was a TD9 count breakdown level. So that's good. That says change in trend. Let's go to, and it formed a nice Rhodes momentum indicator bottom as we saw back there. Well, so you're looking for a signal, Phil. Phil, you already knew that this was just probably a setup. TD9 count, dark cloud cover, A to B equals CD, butterfly cell pattern, the whole 9 yards. Let's go draw in what those 9 yards look like. Here's the butterfly pattern. Let's go ahead and put this in. The butterfly pattern, in essence, is an A to B equals CD. And the only difference is it's an extension of swing points out there. So that's what the old butterfly looks like, the old right wing, bigger than the left wing out there. But the left wing might just be, hidden a bit. But there's your butterfly. And the reason why it's a butterfly cell today is because of the dark cloud cover. But here's the deal, Phil. That's at 1:38 in the afternoon. Maybe it's not a bearish reversal candle at all. But if it is, then you've got your A to B equals CD, you've got your TD9 count, and you're asking for what level should be observing. Well, first you've got Stevie's green line. That's 36.17. Then you've got Stevie's breakout level. That's 30.42 out there. And then you've got 32.15, the top of the profile. So I'd say initial reaction is 36.17 to the downside out here. If that holds, you got a topping pattern and support is held. And it would still look pretty good. Steve Rhodes with TN. We'll be right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So it was a Sunday morning. I don't remember when. It was the third week, I think, in July 1967 when the Detroit riots began. Those riots began. That was just simply summertime in Detroit can be pretty hot out there, and that was between the residents, so to speak, in Detroit and the police department. And that's what started back then. Now, it's referred to, I don't know, I refer to it as the 12th Street riot. My mother's side of the family had a meatpacking plant, and it was right there on 12th Street in Detroit. Now, my grandfather and his brothers, these were good guys. They were good guys, and they helped out the neighborhood, and they befriended everybody that was around them. I mean, they had a business out there, and many companies had businesses back then. People hadn't moved up. 1967, it was still about the city. People had started moving out to the suburbs, but not in the droves, so to speak, that took place after that, subsequent to that. Now, my grandfather at that stage here thought that it was so. They knew folks that were members of the Black Panthers. I'm not saying that is like that's a great thing or anything like that. He's in the community, he's in the environment. And what those guys did, the Black Panthers guys, parked their motorcycles out in front of his building. And the message there was, don't touch this building. Guess what? Nobody touched the building. And you would have thought that was the good news. The problem is when you went down there the next day and you saw everything smoldering and burnt down. Just smoldering. I still can picture this in my mind, because I saw it firsthand down there. Turned out that was the worst thing. Why? How do you like to have the house that everybody else gets knocked down in a hurricane, and you're the one that is stuck there? Everybody else, got the insurance money, moved out of there, moved out to the suburbs. Not that they couldn't. Or what have you, but not a good scene. So that's where what I see, I am depressed. Now imagine this is my level of depression. Can you imagine when I'm really excited out there? But yeah, it's depressing, isn't it? Okay, so let's go back to the markets out here. Let's go back to the markets, and right now the NQ is we talked about the NQ when we began. And the NQ is trying to give us a piece of information. If this was going to be the beginning of a turn down, then during this 30-minute period, which is not over, we've got till 2 p.m., we should see the exact price of 96.5475 act as resistance. But that's not the case out there. Right now, price is above that level. So when we take a look at support and resistance, if there's going to be a top, the cool thing is we will begin to see support levels fail on the shorter term time frame, right? Because if we've got to wait, if you're saying, hey, Steve-O, come on, you're telling me that I can't take a short in the NQ until price gets below the bottom of that profile out there of 93.4350? I'm saying that you won't get a change in trend signal until you see a close, 2 closes below the bottom of those daily profiles. That's the fact, Jack. And you know what movie is that from? Platoon. That's right. I think it was Platoon, wasn't it? That was a Bill Murray out there, right? That's a fact, Jack. And so that's what I'm saying. But I'm also saying, hey, if you've got a topping pattern, do we have a topping pattern inside the NQ stripes? Oda Nobunaga, one of the 3 great generals out there. That's right. Platoon was the one with the other Charlie Sheen, right? Yeah. So Stripes. What a great movie, right? Yeah, Stripes. What a that's Steve-O's sense of humor out there. But my cousin Vinny, Abbott and Costello. Buddy Hackett, this. But so back to the NQ. Stay on track here, would you? Again, I'm just talking to myself. All right. Now, so here we're looking at Stevie's green line on the NQ, right? We talked about key reversal session. That key reversal says the high of the prior session, the low of the prior session has been exceeded. We've done that in the NQ. Then in order to get that key reversal session, you've got to be a close in the opposite direction of the trend. That's why 1 tick, 1 penny to the downside. We're looking at the NDX 100. Now we're taking a look at the NQ. Same pattern out here. But look right now, price is above Stevie's green line. There's no way. There's no way. Well, there's a way. But I would just like to say there's no way that you can call a top with price being above Stevie's green line. It says we still have a rising price oscillator above 0. Those are thems be bullish conditions out there. That's the importance of understanding the oscillator and change line, this green and red line out there. It'll assist you in everything you're trading. At least you'll be able to answer the question, is this just a retracement back to support? Think how valuable that would be. I've seen some comments inside the den about exiting positions, things of that sort. And if you had that in some and I see people beating themselves up about making money. That's never a good thing. And they're not really beating themselves up. That's just I don't know what I'm doing with that statement out there. But the thing is, if you put the oscillator and change line back on those positions, would that have assisted you with your decision making? That's the only question I throw out there to you, and it's only one way to find out. Go subscribe to Mastering Probability. There's a workshop. It'll tell you exactly what to do, how to do it, when to do it. Well, it doesn't tell you when to do it. You should always do it out there. And I think that it will help you out substantially. Now, let's go back to those short-term time frames out there, because everybody wants to know, is this a top? Well, if there's going to be a top, we're going to see key levels of support fail. Let's start with the ES Mini. Let's stop taking a look at the NQ. Let's expand our horizons out here. Well, in the case of the ES Mini, which had a nice little Rhodes momentum indicator topping signal as we came into the close yesterday at 4 o'clock, that hasn't been taken out. All we're really doing is consolidating sideways. Has price taken out support? No, it has not. 3090 is the number. That's the 30-minute support level. Price must be taken out in order for there to be some kind of confirmed potential change in trend out there. If you can't take out support on the short-term basis, how can we possibly have some type of top out here? You know what I mean? Now, I don't want you to think that what I'm communicating to you today changes anything about where the markets are going in the longer term. What I'm doing here is just really sharing with you, hey, look, if we're going to find a top or we're going to find a bottom, key levels of support or resistance have to be taken out. so that I can help you in being able to analyze the markets out here. If we take a look at the 60-minute chart for the ES Mini, a beautiful chart out here, really telling us about support and resistance and the importance of what has just transpired. Aren't you always trying to answer what just happened? Or when you see these, maybe these headlines come out and the bots take over and push price lower, and then you're trying to figure out what's going on, wouldn't it be nice to know where support and resistance is? Well, in the ES Mini on the 60-minute time frame, my goodness, it's just the TD9 counts. You got TD9 count support of 3101.25, tested, rejected, tested, rejected. In fact, it formed a TD9 count on the bottom. That's how you got the 3124.50 resistance. Where did the move higher this morning stop? Right at 3124.50. Yes, intra-session on the 60-minute bar, price was slightly above that. Remember, the body of the candle is the essence of price. The wicks are nothing more than the extreme emotions out there. ES Mini, folks, right now it's just consolidating between 3101.25 and 3124.50. And if anyone tells you different, tell them to go figure out and sign up for my newsletter to learn about the nines, the TD9s. Be right back.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metal sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
This is David White. Stay tuned because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. So Hector and the fuel injectors wants to take a look at United Parcel Service, UPS, out there. And so if we take a look at UPS, the great story about UPS out here. Well, let's take a look at the chart. If we have time, we'll talk about the great story about UPS out here. First, you're looking for your thoughts on UPS for a long entry point out here. We do like the activity that we've seen yesterday and today. Now, what I'm referring to there is if you look at this gap down on February 24th, did it with about 7.3 million shares. And if we take a look at the top of the gap, that would mean the bottom of this session prior, which is February 21st, that low of 102.75. That was your real resistance area out here. And see how it held, Hector? It held and was tested on March 19th. It held when it was tested on April 17th and then on April 27th. But yesterday was a close above. And today, if you get a close above 102.75, it's a pretty good a signal of a change in trend. Old resistance now, 102.75, becoming support out here. Now, volume is very weak, 1.6 million shares versus 7.6 million shares when it was up there on March 19th. So from a volume standpoint, volume schmolium at this stage of the game. Price above the top of the daily profile. Your entry points out here would have been 96.24, 98.40, and 100.02. You're not going to enter any now. Okay, and you're not going to enter it now, even though we just said what we said about the daily time frame. When we now take a look at the weekly time frame, we see resistance, and it's Thursday, and that's 103.75. That's really the level that price would need to get above in order to truly break out to the upside. Now, that breakout to the upside would then take you to 107.99 out there. So that's what UPS is looking like. If I pull up the daily time frame chart out here, all looks good other than what we took a look at and would say in a daily time frame, price would be targeting 119.24. From a weekly standpoint, let's put the weekly up here, see where we're at. This forms a bottom with a TD9 count, bar number 8 out there, your bar number 2. It says longer term 119.24. Hector, you need to just hold on here because of price being up at this weekly resistance, 103.75. Let's see if price can clear that. If not, as it begins to pull back, let's take a look at an entry point for you then. Folks, thanks so much for being here. Didn't get to that great story about UPS. We'll save that for another day. But stay tuned. 2 more great hours. You've got my favorite polar bear, Tom O'Brien. We'll be right back. All right. See you later, folks. Have a great day.